Hey, it's Kimmy the Gadget Goddess, and today I'm going to cover for you some of my most asked questions about this phone. Now, it's been over a month. A lot of people feel like, hey, you should put out a full review by now. I can't because I keep learning new things about the phone. I am still just as excited as I was day one. I try to let the honeymoon period end, and it just won't. It won't go anywhere. Here's some of the questions you've answered. Even though I've answered individuals, I think more people would like to know this information. This is probably the phone that I've learned the most about within a month, because usually you've settled into a phone by now. I'm still learning new things every day. My techie side is so excited with this device because it gives me the new phone every couple of days or once a week or something like that, because I discover something new. That's why I'm not giving you a full review right now, but that's why I'm gonna cover a lot of stuff on this phone. So let's get this video started. Vivo X Fold. Well, oddly enough, I just got a text, but that is from Textra. I'd like to thank, let me stick a name up here because I'm not gonna remember everybody's name that I have to shout out in this video. I've gotten help from multiple sources. Shout out to this person for not introducing me to Textra, because I used Textra in the past, but I stopped using Textra because I liked Google Messages. And now with this phone, I've brought back Textra. For people who having problems with RCS on this phone, this was a saver for me. I know some people, TikTok and Mims are using links to send theirs through Google Messages. I don't miss Google Messages all that much now that I'm using Textra. I find it highly customizable. I will say after a couple weeks, you will get an alert saying, hey, now you're gonna get this with ads if you don't wanna pay. So I just paid for the app, and Textra's my go-to. My screen is a bit different because I'm using Lawnchair. Shout out to Lawnchair. I like a very minimal kind of setup. So when I was trying out launchers, I told y'all, hey, the launchers stick. And I had people on my videos commenting and saying, oh, I'm having issues with my launcher staying. So when I tried Lawnchair, I'm just now remembering this. Whenever I would go home, it would go back to the default app. And I'm like, why is it doing that? Smart Launcher stuck. Well, the reason it was doing that because there's an additional setting you have to set to get some launchers to actually stick. Let me go into that before you right quick. I'll walk you through it. First, you want to go into settings. So now that we're in settings, we want to go to security, and then you want to go to more security features. When you go to more security features, you want to go to replace system launcher and allow launcher to be replaced. Now you're going to allow launcher to be replaced, but you don't want to select to lock the system home screen. Okay, just the top one. So that's how you're going to fix your launcher doing the craziness. With my Lawnchair app, I'm using Line X for the icon pack, but it also has wallpapers. Of course, I'm not using the wallpapers because I'm using my custom, logo from my channel. There's lots and lots and lots of logos, and anything that there's not a logo for, they create a logo for. So, I mean, you don't have any funny looking apps. All of them are pretty much in theme. Bleacher Report, you could have did better, sir. I am enjoying Lawnchair and I am enjoying Textra because it allows me to customize. I keep everything color coordinated, personalized alerts. I like Textra. So, welcome back to my world, Textra. I paid for it. I'm gonna use it on this phone. And as a little sidebar, when I'm on Lawnchair, if I get an alert up here, I can just tap it and it opens it up. Even though I'm telling you I'm shouting these people out, I got shout outs for people. And I've also told you on many a video that XDA is my go-to for a lot of this information. If you're into reading, I just drop by the forums every now and again. I don't go every day. I don't have problems like that to go every day, but some people are having issues with call quality, Google Fi, and Google Voice. I don't have those kind of issues. I'm just using the SIM that's in the phone. I've noticed a robotic sound when traveling from tower to tower on the highway. It's not a normal for me like it is for some people. Some people say they sound robotic to people all the time. I can say it happens 3 or 4 times a week, and usually I'm en route. So I'm thinking my phone's holding on to a tower it should let go of, because as soon as I hang up and call back, it's right back to normal. It's only there, and it's only when I'm in my bed laying down, which is very odd. So I don't know. Maybe there's a dead spot in my bed. I've received one update since the last video. I was pretty good there getting updates every week. So that's the latest on my updates. If you come by my live streams, you know I don't charge every night. So I can't give you an update on battery life because I charge every morning while I'm in the shower. But here's the thing, I could get more than a day out of this. I have missed plugging it up while I was in the shower and gone to work and just stuck it on my wireless charger instead of letting it die all the way out. I do use this phone more so than I use my Oppo Find N that's on my other SIM right now. That's only because the phone is very addictive, right? Other than the issues I gave you on that video. My Oppo Find N is fine. So that's all I'll say about battery life. I get more in a day, but I can't tell you how much longer I get than a day because I charge for the 30 minutes or so when I'm getting ready for work. You will notice I went back to regular settings. So it's not in dark mode for my settings because I noticed a number of apps would not show alerts when in dark mode. This phone has gotten me more interaction with people outside of YouTube than any other phone I've owned. I get emails, I get DMs on Instagram, I get tweets, I get DM tweets. Shout out to this person that emailed me. I don't want to expose their email address, but shout out to him and him mentioning that with apps that didn't show when you would have the pull down screen, if you turn it into light mode again, they show up. My notification box, it shows my developer options, which I'm gonna get into that in a second too. And it shows, well, I got call forwarding right now. I'm not crazy about having light mode on that, but every other app, I just go in and tweak it so it shows in dark mode. So just because you put the system in light mode doesn't mean YouTube is still dark for me and things of that nature. One more thing to kind of show you in the security features. If you go into security features, we go into emergency call on, right? So this is similar to the Pixel, to where you can press the button 5 times and it's going to make that emergency call for you. You can set up your contact numbers, etc. Automatic dialing, automatic messaging, taking a picture of your surroundings, and a 5-second recording of your surroundings. Also, you can have emergency assist in there. I think I had to change that to 911 because, of course, it was overseas. These are great options to have, and again, they're similar to some of the options I had in my Google Pixel. Shout out to Vivo for some of these settings, especially if you're in a situation where things are kind of creepy. You can send a picture of your surroundings, a video, and people can kind of know where you are. Another reason why I have played with this phone a lot, because there are a lot of little quirky things that people talk about. Shout out again to Ike's Tech Talk. He had a live stream a couple weeks ago and he was talking about his likes and dislikes of this phone and the configuration of the phone. Now I'll tell you this, it's funny, my Oppo Find N, I always noticed when I go into Instagram, shout out to F1, the races today, the configuration is just a little off. Like I can't get everything on the screen. Get that back so you can see it. So I have to hey, you have to look at it in pieces, right? Except for that one shows the one from F1. But like regular everyday posts, they wouldn't show full screen. The same was kind of happening on here, and people say, well, the configuration for Chrome and some of the other settings are off, like they're too big. But you can go into your configurations and fix it though. Again, shout out to XDA for this one. My Instagram now fits on the page. It all fits. See, fits like it's supposed to. You just want to go into your DP settings, but you have to be in developer mode. So I'm gonna go in here and go into developer mode. You want to go into system management. And you should know how to be a developer if you got one of these phones. But either way, once you get into your developer options, you want to go down to smallest width. And the smallest width I think they had set for this was 360. Now make sure you have your phone open when you're doing this, not the closed one, because you don't want to shrink things out there. You want to change this setting to 786. So when you change it to 786, I think that is the settings for the Samsung. So if you want that Samsung look where stuff fits in the screen, or you were used to the fold look, then change your DP settings in the smaller width to 786 and you'll get that same look and things will fit on the screen. Again, you have to have your phone open when you do this, because if you do it with the phone closed, it'll shrink everything out here. That's your DP settings to get things to fit where they're supposed to fit on the screen. And one of the things I read was that if you turned off your virtual RAM, the phone would run faster. I tried it out for a couple of days, didn't notice any huge difference, so I turned mine, back on. But that's something you might want to try if you think your phone is lagging a little bit. See if it makes a difference for you. The haptics on this phone are okay for me compared to the Oppo Find N, which I like the haptics on better. I use GBoard on this device, and so using GBoard, I can still have a custom keyboard. So I'll put my little picture down here, and this is GBoard, and I enjoy it. GBoard is my keyboard of choice on foldables. It's just good and universal. And it's one of these things that once I change the DP settings, it made for a more comfortable feel. Down here at the bottom, it's not taking up half the screen as it did before. So again, GBoard is the way to go. My Huawei Watch GT3 is working fine with this phone. I'm sure the GT2 Pro would work fine with this phone as well. People wearing Wear OS watches, people are trying to make workarounds and fixes for that. Head on over to XDA. I have heard the people who have gotten their Wear OS watches to work are experiencing a bit of battery drain. I don't know if it's battery drain from the connection between the phone and the watch, or it's the latest update, because that was causing a bit of issues for people. I am going to drop you some photo fire up in here. Some of these are pictures since the beginning of time since I've had this phone, and some of these are recently. I finally got some night shots. I wanted to experience night mode on this phone, and I was pleasantly surprised, very shocked. Like, a lot of the pictures look like daytime. Now, if you want to get more of a night kind of picture at some point, I will say I turned off night mode and it was still brightening some of my pictures. I don't know if more updates will be applied to that, as you can see in some of these photos. I will also tell you that if there's absolutely no light whatsoever, as you will see in one of these photos, night mode did not improve it at all. So it's a not perfect kind of moment. I got some astro shots, so that's gonna be in here too. I got some shots of the moon. I'm loving the camera, I'm loving the setup. I am enjoying the fact that I have something to replace my Huawei Mate X2. Although, I still like my Huawei Mate X2, I'm not selling it. But I mean, what would it be like to carry around two blue phones? How are you doing, lady? How are you? How are you, lady? It's a beautiful day, lady. You see something? See something? Say something. I'm serious. I came to get some footage of you, Lady Bird. How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Hey. Come here. It's hot. Come here. Wait a minute, lady. So you think that's your introduction that I'm coming in the house, huh? You want to go in the house? 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 Go in the house. Go in the house. As you can see in this video, the screen protector is still phenomenal. It's been over a month. I still have the case on the front of this. I do enjoy having a thinner case. If you want more information about the carbon fiber case, I will plug that video here. I've been rocking that out with the clear back on here. Snap that on. I'd like to thank you for coming by and checking out my video on your Vivo X Fold questions answered. If you have other questions, I don't mind taking them during my live stream. I live stream every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. And at the top of the hour, which is 9 p.m. Eastern time, I take questions. I haven't had a flood of questions. We do Q&A and troubleshooting. Probably wouldn't do so much troubleshooting on this phone, but if you have generic kind of questions or questions we can answer without it taking up the whole last hour of the stream, we can do that. If you are in a time zone, which you can do that, because I understand I have people who watch from overseas. Feel free to leave your questions and comments on this phone in the comment section. I answer all my comments. If you just come by to say you were here, you were present in attendance, I still respond to those. If you felt like I've helped you in any way, there's a super thanks button, no pressure there. You can click the button and add a custom comment down below. And if you feel like you want to rock out with us and hang with me and the crew, Bang Bang Vivo Gang, feel free to click on the join button. That will tell you the perks of this channel and what you get for the different tiers of membership here. I hope to catch you on a video around these parts in the future. Thank you for your time, because time is money. Hi.